I will now call emergency motion 4, make our railways accessible to all. The General Council support the motion to be moved by TSSA, seconded by ASLEV. I will call RMT to speak in the debate. TSSA, please.
Thank you, President. Greetings, Congress. Mariam Eslamdoust, representing TSSA Union, moving our emergency motion number 4, calling for action to address the lack of accessibility on our railways. This motion is born out of a profound failure in our transport system to provide assistance to passengers with disabilities. A failure that was vividly illustrated by the recent experience of Paralympian Baroness Tanni Gray-Thompson on an LNER train. On 31st of August, Baroness Gray-Thompson tweeted about her degrading experience when getting off a train. There was no one available to assist her, and as a result, she was forced to crawl off the train herself, a situation that is both unacceptable and disgraceful. Congress, there are some that would like to make this an attack on transport staff. To say this wasn't a systematic issue. But as a union representing workers on the railway, we want to make it clear this emergency motion is about calling out a serious and systematic lapse in our public transport network's commitment to accessibility and safety for passengers and workers. Baroness Gray-Thompson's experience is symbolic of the wider underinvestment in our rail infrastructure that is failing disabled people across the country day in, day out. Congress, so many of our trains and stations, my members' workplaces, currently lack reasonable access. So many of our trains do not comply with the Disability Discrimination Act 2005, which required accessibility, full accessibility, by 2020. 4 years past that deadline, and yet here we stand, watching train operating companies fail to meet even the basic requirements of equality and fairness. Congress, we ask ourselves, what kind of society do we want to live in? Do we accept a society where Paralympians are reduced to calling off trains? Or do we want a society where every single person can use public transport with dignity, safety, and ease? So, Congress, we're asking you to support our emergency motion. Firstly, we call on the government to develop a comprehensive strategy for investment in our railway infrastructure. It's not good enough that too many of our stations lack even the basic requirements for accessibility. Secondly, we need to keep those ticket offices open and staffed. Disabled passengers deserve nothing less. Finally, we need a clear action plan to ensure our railway staff are appropriately trained to assist disabled passengers. Congress, we're not simply calling for your vote to support this motion, we're calling for a commitment to fairness, equality and accessibility, to make our railways a symbol of our collective values, not a symbol of exclusion. The government has rightly embarked on an agenda of democratising our transport network with a programme of public ownership. Now, here, today, we are voting to demand that means ownership for everyone. Congress, I move.
Thanks, Mariam. I'll call ASLEV to second, please.
Kerry Waters ASLEV, seconding this important motion. Congress, I'm a train driver. I'm proud to be part of the railway family. I'm proud to be part of a union that cares about growing our railway for the benefit of every community in this country. But Congress, it's sad that in 2024, we are still having to fight for an accessible railway. Accessible rail gives disabled passengers dignity. It gives them control of their own lives, who simply wouldn't be able to get around without public transport. I want to take passengers to their jobs, appointments, birthday parties, nights out, wherever. I want them to have a great journey. But more importantly, I want them to have a journey. Because for too many people, due to the lack of an accessible railway, many of them just decide to simply not travel by train. When the Tory government and train operating companies were threatening to close ticket offices, a crucial service to provide support for everyone using the railway. We stood shoulder to shoulder with our comrades in the TSSA and the RMT. We fought and we won. It's essential that we invest properly in accessible rail. We want to see level boarding. We want to see lifts at stations. We want to see support for everyone who needs it so that they are able to take a train. Rail is vital for the future of our planet, for opportunity, for the economy, and for our communities. Congress, please support.
Thanks very much. Call RMT.
President, Congress, Ciarán O'Flynn, National Union of Railway, Maritime and Transport Workers, speaking in support of emergency motion 4, make our railways accessible to all. First time delegate, first time speaker, and I think the last as well. As a station-based railway worker, ensuring that disabled passengers can travel as safely and smoothly as possible on our network is one of my core responsibilities. Unfortunately, as Baroness Gray-Thompson's recent experience illustrates, there are sections of our industry that still need to go further to remove the barriers towards disabled passengers. As station staff, I often interface with other railway operators, so Congress, please picture this for a moment. A disabled passenger wanting to transfer from one of our services to a service of another operator. As usual, I would contact the destination station, which in this case was 10 minutes down the line. I rang, no answer. I tried again, still no answer. I contacted that operator's control centre. I am told that the destination station has no staff, the ticket office is closed, and there is nobody able to assist. Their solution: assist the passenger up the line to an opposite station, less than 3 minutes away. They will then assist them on a bus replacement service, 30 minutes in the opposite direction, and then from there they would then get them a taxi 30 minutes to their destination. A journey that should have lasted less than 10 minutes could potentially have taken over an hour. This is the often unequal reality on our national railways. The RMT welcomes the emergency motion, drawing the attention of Baroness Gray-Thompson's recent experience, but let us not forget that this can often be a regular occurrence on our national railways, where staff levels are not maintained, base shifts are deliberately not covered, and where infrastructure is not properly invested in. Congress, this was a deliberate construction by the previous government, deliberately limiting investment, particularly in step-free access from train to station entrance, reducing staffing levels, and trying to close ticket offices. I would like to also add that I want to thank every colleague in the room and beyond who supported our union, the RMT, in ensuring that our ticket offices stayed open for the foreseeable future. Congress, the new Labour government has the opportunity to fulfil the actions of this resolution, building a great British railways that is staffed appropriately, that is safe, and I'm sure more importantly, that is reliable to ensure that Britain gets moving. Congress, please support this resolution. Thank you.
Thanks very much. Okay, I move to the vote on emergency motion 4. Will all those in favour please show? Thank you. Will all those against please show? Thank you. That carries.